Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Grey Areas. We've had a really nice spell over the Christmas. We returned, George, late last year, and then we had a spell. And you're rightfully correct in thinking that these boys part-time, 100% they were. But we're back. It's been a big off-season. We saw a Sail Cup last Sunday night. We've got a lot of entertainment for you over the next half an hour, talking all things greyhound racing. My name's Jason Adams, as always. In this format, I'm joined by the great man, George Farrugia. And look, if you're looking at us here today, you can see the background's different. We're looking a bit more sharper, and we'll get better over time. Speaking of looking sharper, look at the scone on this bloke.
Mate,
congratulations on joining the Australian Army, mate. Well done.
Mate. Thank you. Yeah, they need someone like me. Yeah, look, a couple of days ago, it was just getting too hot, so I thought I'd just run the brush through it, mate. Yeah, Mrs. liked the long hair, but I said to Adele, it's got to go.
So every year you reckon you do this?
Yeah, every summer.
And have you done this to your son again as well?
I did it to one of them. The other one, it took till July to grow back. So Mrs. was absolutely ropeable about that. Sorry about that, Jim Bob. But no, it's an old wives' tale. Well, my dad says it. So that it's good for your hair. Got to cut it short. Let it
like scalping the lawn, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well,
get rid of the dead roots.
I was going to say a lawn jockey. You'd know being a lawn expert, mate.
Yeah, and I've done a reno over the past few weeks, so it's ready to rock. It's looking very, very good.
Beautiful.
All right, it's been a big off season. How was your Christmas, mate? New Year's, all that stuff?
Yeah, great. Very good Christmas. New Year's is a disaster at our house because we've got two whippets, and this year our neighbours across the road decided to do their own fireworks.
Across the road?
Yeah, and
in Essendon.
One whippet especially, poor old Daisy, absolutely just frets. So she jumped onto the bed and her heart rate was going at 100 mile an hour. So we had to stay close to home, but that was fine. But Christmas was good, mate. You?
Yeah, it was good. Not much to report. Didn't go away or anything like that. But it was fine. I had a couple of weeks off, so put the feet up. Barely saw a race, which was good for me.
Well, that's good, right? Yeah.
That's good. It's nice and refreshing. I don't think you would have been the same.
Yeah, I watched a lot of races, actually.
What about Christmas Day?
No,
how'd your food go?
Yeah, fantastic. But I've got a pet peeve about Christmas. You're allowed to have one thing that you hate about Christmas, right?
Here we go. Well, there's probably many things overrated about Christmas.
I'm in charge of getting all the antipasto stuff. So all the cheese, the cured meats.
What?
Antipasto. This is part of your cuisine culture, mate. The prawns, all that. And I just think Queen Victoria Market is the place to go. People walk around there either two ways. I'm there regimented, clinical, know what I need to get. Then you get people walking around like it's a Sunday stroll. Oh, look, there's some lovely cheeses from Denmark there. Get out of my way, right? So I can do what I need to do. Then there's other people who...
So you want everyone to be in a rush?
Well, be a rush, but have some manners. Then there are other people that bump into you, don't say sorry, all because they think they're going to miss out on a Moreton Bay bug. Last time I checked, Jace, manners are free. So it's just that really shits me. But it's worth the wait because then we get to stuff our face on Christmas Day.
And was there much left in the Farrugia household?
Look, there's never anything left at the Farrugia household. If you see some of the boys that are rolling around, my nieces and nephews and my dad and my uncle, they're bloody good eaters.
There'd have to be food left over. I've never seen two whippets so overweight than the two that you've got at your joint.
Yeah, they do get a lot of leftovers. They do get leftover.
Yeah. What about, is there anything overrated about Christmas that you get frustrated about?
Nah, look, it's good.
Tell you what, I've got one thing. I've got one thing. Elf on the Shelf. Overrated, mate.
Oh, my God, don't get me started. You're right.
You got it at your joint?
Yeah,
Does he turn up?
And I, again, Cheryl absolutely cracked the shits with me because I said to James, it's all crap. He's not real. And Cheryl was thinking about these ways and that. I put him in a dinosaur's mouth and tried to dunk him in water, and it's just
he gets up to mischief, that is for sure.
No
who knows? It's just like Halloween. Halloween's come out of nowhere. It's now a big thing.
Come on, guys.
All right, so before we get underway into today's topics, we've got a comment here from Ryan Vandenberg, who's a consistent contributor to the show. Boys, Happy New Year. Just a couple of quick ones. Jace, how good was Luke the Nuke? Littler.
I was going to.
He was very, very good. I was going to bring my shirt in today, the Littler shirt. I forgot about it, so we might do that next week.
Is he, especially after what we've seen during the Ashes, is he the number one British sportsman going around right now?
Oh, you have to. There's probably some footballers who'd argue that.
Yeah, well, maybe Harry Kane or something, but
he's up there.
Littler. And didn't he give it to the crowd? Like, I don't care if you don't.
Oh, they started booing him, and it was interesting because even people knowing my interest in darts are asking, why the hell are they booing Littler? Can they
He's the
compare it
villain.
to... No, he's not the villain. I think it's tall poppy syndrome because the crowd always gets behind the underdog. I
We
think
don't know about that
the
in
com-
ground racing. Jeez.
well, the comparison is it's like booing Jason Thompson after the Phoenix or booing John Cena at WrestleMania. That
Yeah.
is just the way it was.
Joe
but
Cena.
Joe Cena, as
get
you
it
like
right,
to
mate.
say. You've got the Joe Cena haircut as well today,
Yeah,
back in his
that's
prime
straight for
in
him.
2005. But yeah, that's the way it was. He gave it to the crowd, and once he turns it on, they're back on
And
his
then he won.
side, funnily enough. Then he won. So back-to-back world champion at the
Well
age
done,
18.
Luke.
Unbelievable. George, all I've got to say, tempting dash. What a big win. Congratulations, of course, in the futurity last night at Q2 Parklands. We'll speak
you.
more about that shortly. And also the great man in Matty Field. Well done, George and Wade, on your win last night at Q2 with Tempting Dash. Thank you, Matty. And we'll speak
Thanks,
about
Matty.
Tempting Dash shortly. Hey, there's been a fair bit happening on the racing front over the past couple of weeks. We had last night, which we'll speak about soon. But prior to that, we wind back the clock to last Saturday at Sale and the win of Without a Trace in the Sale Cup, which was dominant. We knew she was going to go into that race as a real dominant force. But, I mean, game, set, match, 100 metres after the start, wasn't it?
We discussed these stats on SEN. 7 group finals in 20-odd starts. Won her last 3 Group 1s. Before that, won the Sydney Cup in near record time. And I think you made the point about, we talk about stayers that are going to dominate, and they don't often do. I mean,
we always think we're always what's it called, knee-jerk reactions
Yeah.
in racing.
Yeah,
As
like
soon as
Hailing and YouTube.
one turns up, we think they're going to dominate the world.
She's sort of already done a lot.
She's on the runway.
Yeah, she is. So, just looking at some odds, Jace, here with Sportsbet, of course, sponsor of GRV, $3.80 to win the Zoom Top Without a Trace.
Who's going to beat her?
Yeah, I mean, we're a long way.
There's no
out.
way she is near that quote on race night.
Yeah.
No way. The race is a month and a bit
in
away.
A month's time. Like, she should be 250, wouldn't she? Like,
She'd have to go 170 in the
there's
race.
a greyhound that raced in Queensland yesterday that we'll touch on. That might be
Okay.
on people's radar. But in regards to her, she's fantastic. We're going to see her guys in the Great Greys Summer Carnival in Queensland for the Gold Cup coming up. There was another greyhound who trialled yesterday from Victoria, Mapungalara, of course, who raced against her in the Bold Tree. So a lot of those Southerners are going to head up north for the sunshine.
Yep. And speaking of Queensland, we had some Victorians up there last night with the heats of the Golden Sands over 600 metres, run for significant prize money, as most events are in Queensland at this period of the year. And it's come up with a really good field. We haven't seen all the Victorians get through, but geez, it's one hell of a contest.
Yeah, it is. The Victorian you're speaking of is Electrify. Of course, we've seen him on debut at Sandown and go very well. Franked that with a really nice win in a heat of the Silver Chief, and then obviously made the final here. 600 was always going to be his caper, and he nearly defeated Miss Envy, and we know how good she is. He just got beaten on the line. He just about got her. So I think Connections would be absolutely wrapped with that. She's up with Tommy Savalas in Queensland, but of course Greg Doyle is her caretaker trainer or her full-time trainer down here. He's drawn box 2 in the final. The greyhound who broke the track record last week, Jay Walking, was very impressive again this week. He's got box 7, but he's got so much early speed, Jace. You'd think he'd be tough to beat. But Zipping Zayden, again, this greyhound with the huge wraps on him, broke his own track record at Maitland, nearly broke the track record at Richmond, went to the Q, beat their best the week before in the New Year's Trophy, then come out last night, was getting bumped around like a Dodgem car, came out of it and still won his heat really impressively. Not in the fastest time of the night, and again, he's got to deal with box 6 in the final. But this is the greyhound people are talking about that can take on Without a Trace. It's going to be a really interesting couple of months coming up.
He'll get 700, no issue.
I don't think there's an issue from the run home times that he had at Maitland and Richmond. That they're thinking 700 is not an issue. And the way he's finishing off these races in a new state, I know he's with Michelle Sultana now, but I've noticed with my own dogs that have gone over there, they've struggled a little bit. I don't know if it's the humidity or the up and back for 3 weeks in a row is taking it out of them. I'm not making excuses for my dogs that are up there, but I just seen some of the Victorians struggle. Might have been.
So how hot is it up there at the moment compared to what it is now?
I don't know.
Or the humidity is the main thing.
I think the humidity is the difference, but we've seen a lot of greyhounds go up there from Victoria and do very, very well. So it might be just the greyhound itself that's struggling. Electrify certainly didn't struggle yesterday. He was very good.
Indeed. All right. Speaking of that sort of stuff, where are we going to next, Georgie? We had those 2 races last night, the Futurity and the Derby. Let's speak about the Futurity. Now, we've already had a comment. We'll get that back up on screen from Ryan, who rightfully highlighted Luke the Nuke Litlow as an absolute star, but also Tempting Dash, who won the Futurity last night. Now, where were you? Obviously, weren't at All right, we're back in business. After an internet failure, we are back in business. Georgie, we're speaking about Tempting Dash, your girl who won the Futurity last night at Q2 Parklands. So you're at the cricket and you're screaming out some language that didn't necessarily go down well with the people around you.
I was just really proud of Tempting Dash, and I just said, "Go, you good bitch." I didn't mean it in that way. I got a couple of dirty looks, but obviously they didn't know I was talking about a greyhound. Nate went all red in the face because he sort of realised that I might have said the wrong thing, but it was nothing harm of that. But,
Hey,
yeah.
you wouldn't be the first and you won't be the last to do that, let me tell you.
I did celebrate with a hot dog and 8 beers. Is that the way
is
to
that all?
celebrate a group
Were you
race?
driving?
No,
Okay.
no. But
How was the hot dog?
it went down like gold. But I was with my son, so I needed to be a bit responsible.
Okay. All right. Now, if you're not aware of this greyhound we speak of Georgie's Tempting Dash, who won the Futurity last night at Q2 Parkland, she's a bit of a cult hero, cult icon of the Grey Areas program.
Yeah, between you, me, and Kenny from Cranbourne.
Kenny from Cranbourne, John Henry as well. Now, if you're wondering what on earth we're talking about, take a look at this. This happened back in May, I think it was. Highly controversial at the time and still is now. If anyone out there is wondering what's going on here, take a listen to this.
Uh-oh.
It's Q2 Parklands, race 1, number 1, Tempting Dash.
Got ability, but he told me she just is smashing in the boxes, too overly keen, so we'll miss the start.
Racing, Tempting Dash clearly won the start. Look at Tempting Dash go, raced away into the back. 6 lengths away, Bert Maru, but it's all Tempting Dash. An impressive debut. Tempting Dash by 8 lengths. 29.68 was best here on Thursday night. Tempting Dash has run around 29 and 5.
G'day guys, Tom Savellis here. Hoping George passed on the mail. She's a faultless beginner, this girl. I'm pretty confident she'd run around the 29.5. Hope the loyal grey area listeners had something on.
There's a breakdown of communication here.
Seriously,
There is a breakdown of communication.
I am getting on the phone to Tommy Savalas as soon as I get out of this thing. He said to me, she's going to miss the kick. She is giving me trouble. Who broke her in? All this sort of stuff. That is the biggest stitch up of all time.
I've never seen you take your headphones off so quickly.
Mate, just be transparent. Just be transparent with the audience.
I gave him a $9 winner on Monday, and then I said...
Each way chance.
Yeah, each way chance.
Drama of the highest order back then. You didn't like that. You really kicked up a stink.
Not sure about that mustache I was rocking with.
Oh, you look like Ron Jeremy.
Pablo Escobar.
Ron Jeremy.
A bit of Ron Jeremy. Yeah. As soon as she won that race, I think she broke a bone, and we've missed her for 6 months. So it's great to see her back. It was great.
Well, good job getting her back to the form of which she's in now as well.
Yeah, I have to thank my dad for that. He rehabbed her.
No credit to the Prince.
No, and then
No, for the rehab. We can't give credit to him for
rehab
that.
for my dad, and then the Prince took over and did what the Prince does best, and that's train winners.
Yep, indeed. All right, so that was at Q2 Parklands last night. Georgie's success with Tempting Dash. Of course, the local action was at Sandown Park. And, of course, a lot of the meetings this time of year aren't carrying a lot of feature race status, but we still see some good dogs in action. We're going to highlight a couple of performances that did go down last night at Sandown, and one in the free-for-all was the win of poor Oswald, and he was just faultless. And we've just grown to love him for this, Georgie. I mean, he goes around in the best races week after week. He's just a shade off going out in a race or a series like the Melbourne Cup and take that by the scruff of the neck. But going around in good free-for-alls week after week is not easy, and he turns up every week and does it beautifully.
Yeah, look, the race was over, wasn't it? I was on with Miles Fitzner on Giddy Up, and tipped it just saying it was $1.85, $1.90. Came into $1.30, Jace, which is incredible. Like, I know we're not getting ridiculous odds, but $1.85, $1.90 for that, like, you knew he was going to lead the race. I just thought it was money for jam. So he really come in the market. The other race, Jace, that interests me, and I was watching again from the Big Bash, was Distinction, and especially her splits. If we've got a replay of that, I'm sure you do. That early split of 494, and then look at her go here, 494, 1849 down the back, Jace. So you've watched greyhounds for a long time at Sandown. The absolute very best get into the 1830s. She's gone 1849. And the run home's not there yet, not 100% there yet. But once you start splitting like that, you've got group races in your back pocket. It might.
With their age and experience, will that strength come?
Sometimes it does, yeah, absolutely. But sometimes then you lose a little bit of the 494. She might start going 501s, which is still very good.
What a disaster.
Yeah, what a disaster that is. But look, again, when you're ripping out splits like that, watch out for her. There was another greyhound I wanted to mention, Jace, purely because of the name, but also because we tipped it on radio and it got the job done. But again, it got backed into a really short price as Point Break. One of the great movies from the 90s. I'm not sure if you've seen it with Keanu Reeves.
It rings a bell.
Absolutely fantastic movie. So Point Break, Brett Mackey trains it. Again, 5:04 early, 29:27 overall. So it went quicker than Distinction overall, which was a terrific run. So watch out for that greyhound going forward.
And trained by Brett Mackey as well, where I've got an interesting story about Brett. I've got a couple, actually. When we've had some feature racing.com broadcasts, particularly here at the Meadows, there's been a couple of times, at least once, where Brett had a greyhound in the race. He wasn't handling, but he's in the background on TV, just smacking a feed. Just knocking off a hot dog or whatever it was. Great vision. I love getting into him about that.
Wrong with the hot dog.
But on a more glamorous front than that, my partner's rehomed a greyhound recently down in Gippsland, somewhere down there towards Traralgon.
Yeah.
And the bloke who's involved in that family who's taken the greyhound, his name is Brett. And he's just stumbled across some fields and seen the name Brett Mackey. He thought, well, I'm going to follow this bloke now. He's got the same name as me. So he's jumped on board. For someone who didn't exactly have a strong interest in greyhound racing, adopted one, and because of that, he's taken an interest in racing and now following Brett Mackey.
And would be doing very well because Brett Mackey's got a really good team at the moment. There was another greyhound, I forget its name, I'm against it at Warrnambool in the Oaks, who's just picket fencing. It showed unbelievable speed last Saturday night, strong box 2 in the final. But we just quickly, we brushed over it a little bit, but Winsome Jet won the Queensland Derby as well last night, which was trained by Michelle Sultana, who has made the move up from New South Wales to Queensland and started very, very well. So heating up in at Q1 and Q2.
Something we've seen a lot more of, isn't it? Sort of satellite kennels, and have they moved that permanently, or is this for the time being?
It's a permanent move, yeah. But you do see that, and I've had trainers in New South Wales spend a month, 2 months in Queensland for the carnival and the good weather, and just take a team up. Why not?
And as good as a holiday for them as well. Really.
Yeah, absolutely. Get to SeaWorld.
Something to SeaWorld. Come on. When's the last time you've been to theme parks?
Last year I had to take James. Yeah.
What's your favourite?
Chicken down on the rides.
That doesn't surprise me.
Dreamworld was pretty good, I think. Yeah.
Anyway, big action at Sandown last night it was, and just on Distinction as well. I think it was the 4th fastest back split in the past year behind Bagman, Flying Zulu, and Kenya Tornado. So in rare, and as you said before, once they start to get down, or you said 1830, there's only 2 dogs ever to do that in Sunset Frazier and Fernando Bale. But look, 18.6 is roaring, 18.5 is just so fast. To go 18.4 is amazing. And,
you can understand why she was selected for the Phoenix. I mean, it didn't work out that way, but that's what they were hoping her to do, get out and go. But she
would have liked to see that performance in the Phoenix, because she might not have won, but it would have been, some sort of contest, wouldn't it? She speared to the front.
Old mate would have still run her down.
I think he would have, for sure. All right. Of course, the man who called those races that we highlighted at Sandown, the voice of Sandown Park, Dan Hibbard. Now, during the week, I was listening to SEN,
Oh,
and
no.
all of a sudden I started hearing some advertising for the Shepparton Cup in harness racing. So I think Dan's going to play some sort of role in that night from an official point of view. I'm not sure what it is, but that was before I heard this ad. And part of the entertainment offering was a fashions on the field. And there's $5,000 up for grabs in the fashions on the
You
field.
are speaking his language.
Straight away, I thought, he's going there. There's a fashions on the field. I know exactly what is going on here because this was a famous photo.
Have a look at
last
him.
Year. Gent of the day there, Mr. Nathalia. This is going back a little bit. Presented by Jamie Carr. We did get him on grey areas and took the mickey out of him, which was great. And he did say, what did he say? He said he compared himself to a sire or something like that. Jakey.
He won with a leg in the air. He was 1 for 1 and then retired. But he's coming out of retirement, you're telling me.
Yeah, Mr. Nathalia. He might be taking home that
Have a look at that
$5,000.
sash. He does get a glow when you start speaking about it, Chase. That's for sure.
I tell you what, if he's watching this and looking at this photo, thinking, "Geez, that's a bit more crisp and clear than what I remember it," it's gone through AI to upscale that.
Not too much,
which we had to do. No, not too much. We haven't altered his physique or anything like that.
5%, if that. Yeah.
Why would we when he's won Gent of the Day and being labelled Mr. Nathalia? So he'll be there at Shepparton next week and maybe coming home $5,000 richer. We'll wait.
Oh, there'd be no doubt. There'd be no doubt. He's going to go 2 for 2.
Yep. All right. We had an email, and anyone can get in touch through the Grey Areas email address. Have I got a caption set up for this? Yes, I do. Join us every Friday. Send your suggestions for the show or feedback to grayareas@grv.org.au. We have had some feedback come through. We'll get to some of them as time goes on, but one of them was they wanted to get more tips from you, particularly from the Meadows tomorrow night. Because when we started this show on RSN, this bloke was on an absolute heater. Not only was it from a greyhound point of view, but a sporting point of view as well. And we'll get a tip from him from a sporting point of view soon. But the Meadows tomorrow night, what have you got for us?
All right, this is not a tip, but I'd like people to, if you're going to watch the Meadows tomorrow, take a look out for a greyhound, race 2, number 5, Fractions. Unbeaten after 3 starts, 29.57 last week. Its first split was 5.17, so it's not like it rocketed to the first mark. It's another son of Bernardo, trained by Jane Garland. Watch out for this greyhound. It is going places. Now, again, fixed odds aren't out yet, so I'm not sure what odds we're going to get. I think this is going to be short, but should be winning. Race 3, number 2, Mapunga Donna. I really liked her win at Sandown last start. It was gutsy. She got to the front down the back and was just too good over Jazzy Hope, who is racing in good form. I've got another couple. Race 4, number 5. I'm going to be alone on a hill tipping this greyhound. I tip it nearly every week, and it has not won a race for me, I think, since I start tipping it. Surely this is the day, or this is the night. Race 4, number 5 tomorrow, Zelda Cavilla. I think it can get the job done.
What distance?
It's over the 600. I don't know what's going on. I just expect it to jump to the front and win, Jace. But again, it let us down last week. But I'm gonna be stubborn about it. And then I do like race 12, number 6, Dewana McCreary. I liked its win at the Meadows 2 starts ago. I know it had box 1. It did run 30 and 26, but its form at Sandown had been pretty solid in the lead up to this. I think it can almost find the top and be pretty hard to beat. Race 12, number 6.
For the Collingwood fans.
For the Collingwood fans, absolutely.
Not me.
We always get, well, I don't know. For those that followed grey areas, there was some really shaky weeks there where you came in with a Collingwood polo, even though you're a Sydney Swans supporter. Your dad, Stevie, was on watch. I had to ring him to see if he was okay for a couple of weeks there.
You know
but he's
my old
okay.
man's a good bloke, don't you?
One of the best.
You know what he's doing tomorrow? So I've got a Bucks party for our close group of mates coming out of school. And
what have you
just
got,
a comment
Stevie,
here
doing?
from Nick Morelli. Great show, boys. Great to have you back. Indeed, great to have you on board, Nick. We've got a Bucks party tomorrow, and it's the first of my sort of school group of mates to have something like this. So we planned it all out. We put some money aside to get some maxi cabs into the city. It was a free-for-all coming home because we thought there might be some blokes kicking on or whatever. The numbers have dwindled in terms of the amount of people going. So what we've done, we've hired a minibus.
Oh, no.
My old man's driving it the whole day and night.
No.
Whole day and night into the city, from venue to venue, taking us home at silly o'clock.
He's a saint.
That's a bit
that
of
man.
commitment.
He's a saint.
Bit
that
of
man.
commitment. He'll be watching. So pat on the back.
Stevie's a great bloke sober, but after a few,
even better.
After a lick of paint, he's even better.
Is it in the blood?
Yeah,
Is it?
most definitely. Most definitely. What
All right,
else? We got another
comment here.
message? Yeah.
Yeah, from Sean Fullerton. Thanks for chiming in, Sean. Hi, Sean from Mildura. I'm interested in the new satellite racing program the Lords have introduced. What are your thoughts? Do you know much about that?
Yeah, there was an article on the Recorder about how instead of syndicating greyhounds out, he's going to breed a lot of greyhounds, or the Lord family are going to breed a lot of greyhounds and not necessarily train them all, but ship them out to Jason Thompson, to Neil Staines, I think was another trainer of his, someone in Queensland, which is not reinventing the wheel. I mean, a lot of owners do that already, where you place them where you think they can win a race, but clearly, I think they're still going to syndicate some of the dog out, but want to have control about where they go. And syndicating a few dogs myself, you understand that you're making decisions not just for you, but for a lot of people. And sometimes people have differing opinions, but you need to have a clear leader. And I think the Lord family have clearly said here, we're in charge. If you want to come on board, and they are one of the most successful kennels in the country, if not the world, you can come on board, but we're making the decisions. Not only going to train in New South Wales, but we're going to have trainers all across the country. I think it's a really good move.
Interesting. We'll see how it plays out, but certainly brains behind it. It makes sense.
Absolutely.
And look forward to seeing how that plays out. We mentioned a couple of funny stories throughout the show, George, and there's one that you loosely mentioned to me during the week, and I thought, is there vision? Is there photos of this? Because this is outstanding. Now, you've got a great mate who I've luckily become mates with over the past couple of years in Peaky. Now, I don't know if he'll be tuning in. Will he be watching?
No, but I'll show him the replay. Absolutely.
Will he be happy about this?
Bad luck.
So Peaky is a garbo. He works with the bins, and something's happened to him in the past couple of weeks, which is concerning. But when George alluded this to me, it was highly amusing at the same time.
Well, this was just before Christmas, so it was really busy on Elizabeth Street. And look,
So this is in the city.
I know the logistics part of it. Right in the middle of the city, hustle and bustle. He went to put one of those large bins on the back of the tray, I think, and jumped on the tray himself and pressed the button to lift it up. He didn't realize it was pretty full of rubbish water, and so it was very heavy and it stunk, and it tipped over. So once it tipped over, the tray flung him one way, and this whole bin fell over, and the water gushed all over him. So he was full of garbage juice. Nearly broke his elbow in the thing, full of garbage juice. People are lifting their jumpers up so they don't get the smell. He was dry heaving himself because he was full of water that he said that was in there for 6 months. Had to take the truck home, have a wash down, change the clothes, told his mum to burn those clothes.
Burn them?
And go back. He said there was no getting him back.
And
there
he was
no
crook,
reconciliation.
wasn't he a crook going home?
Oh, he just kept dry heaving and vomiting because of the stench. And it was like that Seinfeld episode. The B didn't go with the O, so it stayed in the car in the truck for ages because he was in them while he was driving. So, Peaky, we love you. His elbow's a lot better, and he does not like telling that story, but we did get it out of him one day.
Oh, and he's had it rough as a North Melbourne supporter.
He has.
Through and through. He loves North. He's had it rough.
He has. He's about to embark on greyhound ownership with a few friends.
He's already been involved, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had one for a winner, but now he's going to get involved in a larger scale. So let's hope he's got more luck than the rubbish juice.
How are those dogs that Sean Cosgrove was in?
They're all finished now. They won about 15 or so races. They weren't that great. So Sean hasn't spoken to me since. No, I joke around. No, Sean's a great guy.
We've seen a lot of movements this week. It's hot, isn't it? It's stinking hot today. We've seen a lot of movements from a meeting point of view. I turned up here at the Meadows this morning at about just after 9 o'clock, and it's race 6 or 7 at Warragul. I thought, geez, this is early.
Well, we were at the SEN and we were in at 11:30, and you said there was already 22 races.
Yeah, in Victoria.
in Victoria for the day. So, yeah, it gets. I don't mind the heat at all. Do you? I love it.
Nah, it sucks. It's
Really?
Shit. It's shit. It's no good. No. Anything over 26, too hot, mate.
Nah,
too
but
hot.
bring it on.
Sunscreen is required most occasions.
The only problem with the heat is that sometimes another friend of mine called Macca rocks up in red budgie smugglers at my house and goes for a swim. It is not pretty, ladies. Okay.
Unreal.
What else we got?
All right, we're about to wrap up the show. I'll tell you one thing, George. You wanted to highlight, in the last show that we had before the break about my food interests.
Yes.
I cooked the best steak of all time last night. The best of all time.
No, Smithy's in the other room here. If you say that it was well done, we're going to have an issue here.
It's well done stuff all about.
You like your
curated
steak
this?
well done?
I don't ask for well done. No.
No, you actually do at a restaurant.
Medium or medium well.
Ugh.
No, this is curated.
Now,
from-
how do you want to go about this? I need to broaden your horizons when it comes to cuisine. Am I going to pick something that I need you to try, and then next time we're on air, you say, yes, look, I've gone out of my way and tried it? Is that how we're going to do this?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
What's on your mind?
All right. How about we start with something fairly simple? You've probably already eaten it, but maybe like a squid ink paella. Would you try that?
Mate, I've never heard of it.
It's black from the squid ink, and it's just
This
rice
doesn't
with
sound
seafood.
good. I was in Darwin in August and had octopus. That wasn't good, and this sounds pretty comparable.
Octopus is beautiful. See, this is
Nah,
what I'm
turn it
talking
up.
about. Smithy and I off air are going to have a chat to you. But look, can we work out a way for this year for you to, even if we could bring it on air, for you to try something? Because
Yeah, we'll edit on air. That's a good idea. Let's do that.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
We'll get Smithy.
I will
sorted
get
out.
you into the mode of a squid ink paella, but maybe we're going to baby steps with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, we've got your tips from the Meadows.
Yes.
Now it's time to get your tips with the Farrugia files.
Oh,
You've got
yes.
You've got 1,000 dogs going around Australia. Most of them at Townsville and sort of venues like that. But you do have some very good ones as well, which we're speaking about throughout the show. Have you got anything the listeners should be following?
Yeah, we've got In Bloom in the Oaks final, but she's up against that blue Labubu. That's Brett Mackey's.
Do you know what a labubu is?
No, what's that?
It's like a little kid's toy.
Oh, okay. Well, that kid's toy smashed my brains in last week in the heat of in the Oaks. So I got In Bloom. I don't think she can beat Blue Labubu, courtesy of Joe Cena. Charlestown is in race 9 at Warrnambool in the Ray Drew Memorial over 680. He won on Sale Cup night when you were sinking
I did
tins.
see that.
Yeah, he goes okay.
Didn't know he was in until he was crossing the line.
Summer Quinn's got
Wasn't
box
tipped.
2 in a free-for-all at Wenny Park. She should go okay. Johnny Football's going for 13 wins in a row and 50
Wow.
for his career. Got box 7 on Sunday and
Where? Box 7 doesn't give us much.
at Auckland, race 8, number 7. And I've got a maiden with Tommy Savalas, who told me she's a slow beginner and
Here we go again. Don't go down this path. We
told
need
me she's a
transparency
slow
on this show.
beginner. Prefers a wide draw, but she's drawn box 2. Race 1, number 2, Cause Celebra.
Spear to the front and rail like a greyhound, as they say. All right, that's a wrap for grey areas. Great to be back after a short spell. We'll be back here next Friday, and now we'll build a bit of momentum, get consistent. We've got a bit of a new look
I like
happening.
this background. It's fantastic.
Apparently, when we get some new tucker out here, we're going to be tasting all sorts of stuff that comes out of the bottom of the ocean.
I'm really looking forward to this food challenge for you going forward.
No, not sure that's going to fly. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay cool, most importantly. If you've got dogs, pets, whatever, make sure they're in the best of care, and certainly looking forward to some cooler weather. Stay safe, enjoy yourself, and back plenty of winners. Thanks for tuning in to Grey Areas.